Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Donnery here. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. I am going to share another writing lesson with you that adds on to what I did last week. We're going to take that organizer we started and try to turn it into a body paragraph. I'm not going to go through all of it with you, but we're going to look at one body paragraph and just look at some examples and some resources that we can use to help us. So we're going to, let's see. First, start with the rubric. You will find this at the end of that lesson where you're going to submit the writing piece. If we look at the rubric under what did I learn, it says that you learned how to include research. So I hope that you found some resources and you were able to include research from sources with actual facts and evidence and definitions. It says I learned how to introduce my topic, divide my writing into writing topics into 3 body paragraphs and wrap up my writing. I learned how to use transition words to help my writing and flow and make connections between ideas. I included a hook, stated my controlling idea, and introduced my topics in my introduction. I wrote 3 body paragraphs, each with a clear topic, definitions, facts, details, and evidence from the text. I restated my controlling idea and tied up loose ends in my conclusion. I used transition words to help my writing flow and create connections. I used proper subject-verb agreement. And then finally, my essay includes an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion that are all indented. I use complete sentences, correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation throughout my writing. And finally, I gave my essay a title. So the next thing we're going to look at is, this was just an example that they included that you can refer to. You can see that they have 5 paragraphs. It's not super long, and even the conclusion is just a couple sentences. So it's not, doesn't have to be super long. So use that as a reference. Here is a writer's publishing checklist you can also refer to. It goes through, and just as you're editing, check off each thing that you know that you did. For example, down here, did I indent my paragraph? So if you feel like you did that, you would check it off. Do all my sentences have correct subject verb agreement? So it's kind of like what's in the rubric, but just maybe a little bit user-friendly for you. I also pulled up a list of transition words. This might be new to some of you. Things like as well as, or such as, for example, for instance, similarly, then, next, soon, finally, in addition to. These are all examples of transition words, kind of to connect your sentences and make it have like a flow to it as you're writing. So you could pull that up if you just click on or research transition words. You should be able to find some resources to help you with that. So I'm going to go now to my organizer from last week. Okay, so again, we had the hook. My hook was, have you ever heard the howl of a gray wolf? There's the controlling idea that gray wolves are fighting their way back from the edge of extinction. My topic sentence, I tweaked a little bit. So I had originally had the gray wolf as a very interesting creature, but then when I started doing a little research on gray wolves, I realized that they're also really important to ecosystems. So I edited my topic sentence a little bit and said the gray wolf is a very interesting creature, but is also very important in keeping an ecosystem balanced and healthy. And if you'll notice, that is kind of the main idea for my whole paragraph that I wrote. So I might have just researched some quick facts that gray wolves could range in color from gray to black or white. I might have researched that they had been endangered in 48 states where they lived. Also that they were beneficial to the environment. So then what I did is I took my ideas of the quick little details that I might have researched and I changed them into complete sentences. So my paragraph now reads, it would read all together, the gray wolf is a very interesting creature, but it is also very important in keeping an ecosystem balanced and healthy. Did you know that gray wolves aren't necessarily gray? They actually range in color from dark gray to black or all white. Sadly, humans nearly hunted wolves to extinction in the 48 states. And actually I should edit that because there's 50 states, so I would say in 48 states. I could get rid of my spinny wheel here. Northern gray wolves have returned to the Great Lakes, Northern Rockies, and Pacific Northwest. People have learned that they play a key role in keeping ecosystems healthy. And you see how that directly relates back to my topic sentence. They help keep deer populations in check, which can benefit many other plants and animal species. The carcasses of their prey also help to redistribute nutrients and provide food for other wildlife species like grizzly bears and scavengers. Scientists are just beginning to fully understand the positive ripple effects that wolves have on ecosystems. And then here's my closing sentence, and you can see this would be an example of a transition here. As you can see, wolves play an important role in the environment. So I'm kind of restating what I wrote up here in my topic sentence, but in a little bit different of a way. So I didn't go on to develop any other paragraphs yet because I just figured it would be too lengthy to listen to. So I just kind of wanted to show you one example of one of my body paragraphs that I turned into a full paragraph rather than just with notes. So I hope this helps. Please, if you have any questions, jump in a Zoom room this week. I know that this is a little bit lengthy of a assignment, but you should have the beginnings of it from last week with your organizer. You're just going to take what you did and turn it into complete sentences, maybe adding some more facts and details. Please remember to edit capital letters. Here's an example of like a paragraph being indented, if you didn't know what that was. Your first word needs to be pushed over a little bit. Make sure you have your 5 paragraphs. Make sure your parents help you edit, and spelling is good. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it just needs to be definitely, it should be obvious that your piece was edited and corrected. So good luck, you guys. If you need us, we'll be here. And have a great week of learning. Can't wait to see you guys in a Zoom. Bye.